Let's get this party started. This is the ultimate news source for music. This is urban culture. This is Scoop.
In his prime, Chidi Mokeme gave stellar performances that made him a known face in old Nollywood. A long career playing playboys and villains, including a soldier in 76 and real-life robber Monday Osumbo, set him apart as an intriguing supporting act. But after a moment of personal adversity, he dug deep and made a remarkable comeback in Shanty Town, a dominating leading turn unlike many other we have seen in Nollywood. Shanty Town is Mokeme's comeback movie after a long hiatus due to a battle with Bell's palsy. When Shanty Town streamed on Netflix in January, it trended for weeks with more of the praise lavished on Mokeme, many viewers having only just woken up to his talents. His nomination for the Best Drama at the AMVC Awards was expected as was a win, but on a night when old Nollywood ceded ground to new Nollywood in perhaps the award's biggest upset ever, he lost to Toby Bakre in Brotherhood, sparking a backlash.
I think I would be one of those people that was not really familiar with Chidi Mokeme's talent or career. I think I'm one of those new Nollywood people.
Yeah,
I'm saying new Nollywood.
New school.
Yeah. Gen Z over here, you guys. And I would say that from what I remember, I used to be this lover boy. Old Nollywood, I remember, it's like old lover boy, what's not. So seeing his talent in this new Shanty Town, I was surprised and also impressed, very impressed, because the intensity he brought to that character. I was scared of that character at the point. The cruelty, where he had to be soft with Iniedo's character, and how he was able to like balance everything was very, very smooth. That's why I always say that old Nollywood always know how to like really bring
the rudiments,
to really bring a character to life that you would just be impressed. Their talent is so surprising. I don't know, maybe for people like me, I don't know what particular say, but for people like me, I am always impressed with them. And Chidi killed it in this role. He really killed it.
That performance, like many people, well, I don't even need to say, many people felt the same way. That performance was award worthy.
Of course.
Definitely award worthy. I mean, you watch Shanty Town and I'm lost for words. It's just the complete embodiment of that impoverished thug life, living in the slums, being the kingpin in the slums type of thing. He just like took it and chewed up the role, swallowed it, and became the character. So in terms of the performance itself, it's completely, there's nothing to flaw. It was stellar.
I would say that taking a break and then coming back, of course you're going to come back stronger because you've had this time to like really reflect and refine your talent. So obviously you're going to come back bigger, stronger, better, and all those sort of things. I'm not an actor, but that's just what I think. I think if you have to take a sabbatical for whatever reason and you're just there, you can't walk, you're bored, of course you're going to refine your skills. I just think it's normal.
I think what really threw people off was the fact that before he had to take a break for his health, we had never seen him do anything like this before. We've been used to seeing him in different type of roles. So it was then, even to his old audience, to the people who paid attention and watched his career up until that point, they were still surprised because there was like, we know you to a certain extent. We've not seen this part of you
always playing
before.
Like the rich boyfriend,
We've never
the romantic boyfriend,
this aspect of you before. So it was like, look, it was a really great performance. You always love it when an actor displays their range. He really owned it and it was really good. There were even conversations that maybe he should have picked up the award at the AMVCA. Now,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. First of all, I would say this. We had a lot of mad performances this year. The acting this year was intimidating. People showed up to work and they did proper work. So I think that his performance, to me, definitely Oscar worthy. I feel like no one would have complained if he had picked up the award instead of Toby Bakre. There'll be no debate about that because his performance was just as good. I feel like when we're talking about the AMVCAs, I'm just always going to say it. My pick was Blossom. That's my pick, so I don't really like anybody else. Is kind of like my pick. My performance of the year was Blossom in the Trade. But if he had won the award for the performance at Shanty Towns, it would be seamless. People would be like, yep, yeah.
I think that Patrick is right that a lot of people really brought it, and you really can't say. Like this year, male actors showed up and they were like, you know what? Let's make this back.
Following the release of Shantytown, Mokeme expresses humble gratitude for the overwhelming reception. From attending events where parents want their children not to be like him to being invited by the president, it's a journey of credibility and progress. Later in the year, we see Chidi Mokeme step into another action role as Daffy. Through the flashbacks, we watch him go from his child full of wonder to a man who performs the wonder. As usual, Chidi Mokeme gives a brilliant performance of evil with witty words. Following his return to the big screen, Chidi Mokeme shared his thoughts on how times have changed and how the movie industry has evolved from when he was very active and now, especially with the introduction of streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon. Once shunned, now sought after, Mokeme shares his delight at the newfound respect for professionalism in Nollywood. The industry is rewarding talent, separating the wheat from the chaff. Notably, he emphasizes the need for structure and talent development to propel Nollywood to global heights, just like Afrobeats.
How about I teach you one more lesson? Heads or tails? This man murdered an entire family in cold blood. He has to pay for his crime.
My job is to save lives and not to take them.
I think like we're going to put old Nollywood and we're going to put new Nollywood and we're going to talk about things that are better or worse. First of all, I think new Nollywood, what we have now is a new range of stories that we can tell. I feel like with old Nollywood, there was a bit of repetition, too much repetition, because we're seeing the same stories over and over again now. I can put that down to probably a lack of resources to be able to do different things in terms of what I mean by that is I feel like there was a restriction. You couldn't really do so much. So you shot stories that you could actually shoot. And that's why we had so many stories about, you know, the rich man's son going to the village and seeing the girl fetching the prince and the girl and all that stuff, because, you know, then you can go to these rural areas and you had the freedom to shoot. Now, Nollywood, there's a lot more money in the game. There's a lot more expertise in the game, so we can actually do different things. I mean, we saw people build sets for movies like Aniko Lakpo.
Yeah, people are building like film villages all around.
Exactly, so you can do that. I mean, Boca Street, the whole street was built for the movie, so you have that capacity now in Nollywood. And sorry, just to add, that then opens the box of what you can then tell as stories.
I think that what new Nollywood has is resources. They have like a crazy amount of resources. Like old Nollywood could only dream of this height. I think it's with the new investment with streaming services and the reach, because you could make a small movie with like just talent and you could be filming in like Italy. Like the reach is crazy. Technology also really helps. Everything has just been really, really good for them. Yeah, and then just to add, like then it's something that new Nollywood can learn. I feel like new Nollywood can learn in terms of the acting. Yes, really, talent. Really, like not just talent, like really focus on expertise. I think that's one of the reasons why you see some of these actors who we came to know as being part of the old Nollywood. They come to new Nollywood movies and their talents are taking people out of breath. You can also always see the difference. And I think it's because of the level of dedication they put into their craft. One thing that I don't really like, again, I don't want to get in trouble for this. This is my opinion, and it's not really a strong opinion. It's just disclaimer. Huge disclaimer. Exactly. It's the fact that in new Nollywood, sometimes because we put emphasis in the marketability of a movie, we like to get people who are popular on Instagram and social media, who are not exactly trained or particularly talented in acting, and we put them on our screens. Now I absolutely agree. Now you're going to have some level of dabbling in quality if you keep doing that. Yes. I do not think that Nollywood has reached the heights that Afrobeat has currently, but I do believe that they can, because we have the stories, we have the people, we have everything we need. Like we've seen Bollywood do it, we've seen Koreans do it, and I just believe that Nigerians can. We just need dedication, the dedication to crafts, and we can always get to the heights. Like always. I agree with you, and I don't think that we're exactly there yet. I do feel like as an industry as a whole, Nollywood is not that far from Afrobeats. In fact, they might actually be. No, get what I'm saying. I'm saying as an industry in the whole, because when you think about Afrobeats, there are a small sample size of names in Afrobeats who are hyper successful, and
typically use them to think about the success of the overall industry, when that's not necessarily the case. Nollywood is a bit different because the money is a bit more spread apart. If you talk about your Afrobeats, you list 10 names. You cannot list 20, 30 names in Afrobeats of people who are like
really
cream
well.
de la cream at the absolute top of the game year in, year out. I don't think so. Are you going to list that many names? Maybe you can, I'm not sure. But with Nollywood, I feel like it's more spread out overall in the industry. Maybe they're not yet on par, but one thing that would definitely help Nollywood, and I can't wait to see because it already started, is international collaborations. Once we start to do international collaborations the way we started to do it in our music, you're going to see a different level of reach and quality and just reach overall in the movie industry here.